Right, good morning everyone. Today I have for you the future of first aid. First-Aid Facile. Its target use cases are to classify a wound by its appearance, recommend treatment methods, and adapt those methods by considering the wound's size, age, and other factors. Its target market is for parents, adventurers, sports participants, and other Android users. Oh dear.
No, before proceed,
Yeah, this-
before introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. I
Okay.
don't know who you are. Okay. You have
Maybe
it
get a
there.
different pointer, I think. Okay, there we go. And my name is Jared Murphy. So what is something that everyone wants to know, but few really understand? The answer is first aid. According to a survey by the Red Cross, 95% of people would be unsure of how to react during an emergency. Say somebody fell on the ground right now, started having a heart attack. 95% of people would be unsure of how to save that person's life. And in a survey of over 1,000 Americans, only 47% had ever been trained in first aid. Another survey reported that 80% of people would be willing to learn first aid. So what would you do if you suffered an injury and nobody else is around? The assistance provided during the first few minutes of an accident, the first few minutes that somebody falls on the floor and starts having a heart attack, that has a huge impact on their quality of life after the incident has been resolved. Approximately 140,000 people every year die because nobody is around who is trained in first aid to help them. Would you be able to save your family in an emergency? Sorry, my mouse is being a little. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the solution to this is First-Aid Facile. What is it? It's an Android application. What does it do? It analyzes wounds. So, say I have a gigantic scratch on my arm. I'm going to hold First-Aid Facile up to it, and it's going to be able to tell me what it is. But not only that, it'll be able to tell me how to treat the wound. It'll tell me what dressing to put on, what size, and demonstrate to you how to apply it. Because some treatments are not as straightforward as you might think. Say I have a gigantic wound on my shoulder. Well, that's going to require a little more than gauze because every time I move my shoulder, a regular gauze pad is going to fall off. So it'll show you how to actually wrap a linen tape around it. So what can it do for you? It can pick the correct dressing for your wound and also provide you virtual training in important first aid topics such as CPR and treating a wound. So what is a Facile advantage? Why is our application better than the current applications on the market today? Well, ours is Android-based. There are solutions similar to ours on iOS at the moment. But that leaves 46% of the market untapped. Wound recognition via camera feed, because we actually let users take a picture of their wound. Care instructions are delivered through an augmented reality environment, and it doesn't have any network dependency. So if you're out adventuring, you don't have to worry about whether you have an internet connection to treat your wound. If you get attacked by a bear or you get your skin torn on a branch somewhere. So why Android? Wound recognition apps already exist on the Apple Store, like I said, and 54% of all mobile phones are Androids. I got my number wrong, I was talking about previously, but 54%. So why picture-based wound recognition? Because you can't trust users to perfectly describe their wound. If they knew what it was, they would have already looked it up somewhere themselves. So this is mainly for things that you aren't sure what they are or exactly how to treat them. In augmented reality care instructions, text or picture-based care instructions leave major gaps in the treatment process. If it says, wrap a tourniquet around your arm. Okay, great. What's a tourniquet? How do I apply it? What on earth is this going to do for me? Well, First-Aid Facile will be able to show you via augmented reality. And also, not everyone knows what a 3-inch stretch bandage with non-corrosive adhesive is. Sounds a little rough, but yeah, that's why First-Aid Facile is going to show you all of these things. And also network independence. Disaster can strike anywhere. You can be in the woods, you can be away from all civilization. And if you don't know what to do, you don't have anybody around, what's going to save you in the event of an emergency? So why did I pick those features? Well, AI wound recognition is an untapped market on Android. Medical dictionaries can offer you many solutions, but one, you either have to carry around a medical dictionary or have access to the internet. Not always great for remote locations. And injuries can happen everywhere, and a cloud-based algorithm is useless without the internet. Right, so everyone might be wondering, where is Facile right now? Well, I'll show you this little video, and it is a demonstration of me using the app. Right now, I don't have any wounds to actually test it on, but you can see I open the app here, and it sees my laptop screen. Right now, it's taking a picture of a scratch. Right now, it sees the scratch. Okay, switch over to ringworm. Right. Now it's looking at a wart, and a burn. It correctly identified every single one of them. I made sure to pick images that were not part of my training set so that it would be new to the model. All right, good. So how are we going to make money? That's arguably the most important part of this entire project. So the money is in each download. So I don't plan to have any ads within the app because it's obviously marketed towards offline use. So when customers go to download our application, it will cost them $2.99 to get the rights to download it. Who are our customers? Again, parents, adventurous sports participants, and those interested in learning first aid. How will we get them to download our app, First-Aid Facile? Google Ads will be targeted towards wound care searches such as, help, I've got this horrible wound on my arm. Well, that's going to pop up an ad for First-Aid Facile. And also, we'll put ads in adventurous magazines, so such as Alaska Magazine, or Popular Mechanics, or hiking videos. And users will share their experience with the world via a button that will be in our app saying, share First-Aid Facile. So what have I done for Facile? Well, first of all, I started off thinking of the idea, and then I designed the First-Aid Facile logo, which really brought it to life. Then I created and presented all 3 slide decks, trained the AI model with 30 images for each. Right now, it has 4 different conditions that I can realize, or that I can recognize. It can do burns, warts, ringworm, and what was the other one? Scratches. So right now, it does have a little bit of an issue with different skin tones. However, I know exactly how to fix that, and it just requires having more pictures to look at. Google Images only offers so many. And it'll also get better when there are more conditions to be recognized. So I like to refer to the phrase, or to the old saying, if all you have is a hammer, then every problem looks like a nail. So right now it only recognizes 4 different things, but once it recognizes 100 different things, it'll make it so much easier for it to pick out the correct item. And how will it be done? Please go back. Oh, a little bit forward. Come on. Oh, you're so close. Ha, there it is, right when I start walking. Okay, so where are we right now? We are in this initial build. Right now we have a basic user interface. We have our wound library, which consists of 4 at the moment, and an automated intelligence model to recognize those 4 wounds. In the next phase, I'll add a dressing library. So when I have this burn, it will tell me how to treat this burn. And it will also advance the interface so that it can support those features. Then, once we achieve that step, we'll move on to teaching people how to dress each one via virtual reality instructions. And finally, we will expand how many wounds that the app can recognize. And at that point, it will be ready to be released to the public. So what is necessary to make Facile a reality? Well, I'll need introduction, or I could use introduction to industry leaders in augmented reality. So I don't have a ton of experience with it, and it would be helpful to have somebody to be by my side along the way. I need funding for advertisements so that we can get our application out to the public, have them know about the application. I'll need funding to expand the AI training database. Right now, I'm limited to 1,000 test images, and more would make for a smarter model. I need opportunities to market the application to live audiences because that is the best way to get across how important this app is. So do you think you're Facile ready? Contact me at murphy.248@right.edu. Do you have any questions?
What kind of AI model are you using?
I use Microsoft Custom Vision.
Gotcha. So the only thing I was wondering is, what do you plan to do for false positives that may happen?
Well, I was planning to include a disclaimer in the app startup screen that you have to accept the first time that you open it.
And they only allow 1,000 images?
Yes, the free trial version only has 1,000.
David?
Would you consider adding like a confidence interval so like you come up with a series of possibilities?
Well, I was thinking about that because, like when you search something on WebMD, you put in your symptoms and it brings up a little confidence bar on the side of each of the ones that it brings up. I was considering doing the same thing. However, if we get it smart enough, then we shouldn't need that. But we might include top 3 or something.
I know you plan to add more like diagnosis types, but do you also plan to expand into like subtypes of like
Yes.
types of wounds?
That's going to take a little bit more time because we'll actually probably have to change to a different AI model because this one is just built for recognition of the wound, not seeing how deep it is or, well, if we have a lot of training images available, then we could definitely have it go for deep scratches or light scratches, varying degrees of things.
You spent a good portion of the beginning talking about heart attacks. Is there any plan to be able to detect if somebody is having a heart attack, stroke, or anything like that that isn't necessarily external?
There aren't any plans to actually include like Apple Watch compatibility or Google Watch compatibility to track heart rates and blood flow and different things like that. But it could be added in the future if we saw, hey, this would be a great thing for First-Aid Facile. It would really put us above the competitors because we only have view of the market right now. We don't know what people will be releasing in the future. And if we see other companies trying to do this, or we think it would put us above them, for sure.
And then another question. You said that a medical dictionary or something would need to be like online if you're out in the woods or something, but is this application not going to be needed to be used online? Is it all going to be downloaded on your phone?
Right now, I can have my phone in airplane mode and run the application just fine. The model is completely offline.
I was just wondering, if when you take the picture, does your model actually, how many features, what's your feature space look like, or does the Microsoft do it for you?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Like,
It's probably done by Microsoft itself.
It's customization.
Probably just passes in RGB channels and stuff like that.
They can explore different features. Yeah. Okay. See, very good. There's a lot of discussion. Discussion, that means it's good. People interested in it. Okay, so that's what we want. Okay, that's great. I squeezed you guys quite a bit in the first two, but in the last one, I think you guys go. Okay.
So we're going to go through the slides like we did before, or?
No,
Okay.
it's the final pitch deck. You should go. Why? Because you see, certainly the audience is very interested. We have a lot of discussion.
That's good.
Okay, who will be our next team? Where we want to go? Okay, now our VRCO team. Okay. Oh, man, you. I'm just going to, just about to mark what, 5 1? 10 points off you? What's that? That you put on your bag?
I